Taranto. It was slowly getting dark above the chic restaurant. The windows were lit with a warm glow. Knives and forks sparkled in the light of lamps and candles. In the kitchen, the air was filled with the delicious smell of pasta, and the guests were enjoying the evening. Rieke was in a particular hurry to get home today because she couldn't wait to continue reading. She had already devoured the chapter in which they met Elix during her break. Now she was incredibly excited to find out what this loving mother liked to cook. She was also curious about her children. How naturally it had been for Elix to simply invite the two travelers for dinner. Rieke wished that in her own reality things could be that easy and led by joy. "Don't you want some melanzane?" Alberto asked in surprise when he noticed she was about to leave. Normally it was their little tradition to eat the leftovers together after their workday was over. Rieke paused briefly and then agreed. "I guess I'm not in that much of a rush," she thought as she laughed and chatted with her colleagues while enjoying the eggplant casserole. Rieke hadn't even realized how much she was enjoying the book and how eager she was to continue reading it. Once all the leftovers were eaten, she finally headed home for real. It was already late when she parked her car in front of her small house, a typical old Italian home built between two others. The dark green doors were moldy at the top, and a long hallway ran through the house. Rieke unlocked the door and wrinkled her nose. As every day, a pungent, musty smell greeted her. They had rented the house furnished, and everything smelled old, weathered, and like the people who had lived there before. The furniture was decades old, and signs of decay were visible everywhere. In the kitchen, if you can even call it that, there was only an old gas stove and a leaky sink in a tiny room. Here she found her mom, who she loved more than anything. She was the kind of person who could instantly charm everyone with her smile. Whenever Rieke was sad or worried, she was there for her and by her side, no matter what. "Hello, my darling," Linnea greeted her cheerfully. "I'm making us some semolina pudding," she added with a smile, stirring a pot. "Hooray!" Rieke exclaimed excitedly. Semolina was her favorite dessert. "Is Dad already asleep?" she asked. "Oh, yes. He came home 3 hours late again because his colleagues were once again poorly organized," Linnea replied, looking downcast. Rieke told her everything about her day while they sat on the old chairs and enjoyed the warm, delicious semolina pudding. "This house really isn't what I'd call beautiful," Linnea said. In fact, mold had already started creeping into the interior of the house. Rieke's father had tried everything to get rid of it, but the experts he called for help had seen only one solution: to tear everything down and renovate it completely. That just wasn't financially possible at the moment. The house next door stood empty and was falling apart. The moisture was relentlessly seeping into their home. Moving was incredibly difficult in this area. The family could only afford a rental apartment, but here almost only houses were offered for sale. Still, her father kept looking just in case something ran up. "Maybe we'll find a house we really like one day," Rieke replied, though she had to admit to herself that she didn't have much hope. An apartment on an upper floor would be just right for all of them. None of them liked living on the ground floor. Back home, they had always lived on at least the first floor. That seemed impossible here. Thoughts swirled in Rieke's head. Sometimes she got so lost in them that she became truly unhappy. Suddenly, she thought of Perry and his way of dealing with thoughts. She tried to do the same now while helping her mother clean up the kitchen and get ready for bed. It wasn't easy to let thoughts pass by. They kept popping up again like little hungry monsters. Still, Rieke was proud of herself when she finally lay in bed. She rated the mission as half accomplished. Now she could continue reading her book and let everything go completely, because in Nivaleth there seemed to be no worries. But tomorrow she wanted to look on YouTube to find out how to develop the skill of thought control.